Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another beautiful, spectacular, amazing Cafe Gracia Experience. For those that are new to the channel, I hope you all uh, subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys are enjoying the stuff. If you are new, if you are seeing this, just know that the Cafe Gracia Experience is a podcast experience that is unlike any other podcast because the way we structure ourselves is that there is no structure, and everything that I'm saying is basically just rambling. There's an unfiltered mind in my head, but again, as always, enough about me. It's always about the esteemed guests of the week. So as always, let the esteemed guests introduce themselves. So the floor is all yours, Ali.
Hi. My name's Allie. I'm known as KawaiiCookies XD on Twitter, and I mostly just like to draw and talk about games and cosplay, and yeah, that's really it about me.
Yeah, and when it comes to her artwork, it is some of the most cutest things I've ever seen. I just love how it brightens the timeline. I just love the art style you put into it. So if by any chance you are open, there's your go commission her if you have the chance. By all means, she has amazing work. It's just incredible. I love it, especially
Thank
like
you so much.
no, yeah, like I really mean it because when it comes to art and stuff like that, I love art. Even though I can't draw, even though I can't do all that kind of stuff, I love just the idea behind like any piece of art and seeing like yours, seeing like others like Koro, things like that. It just smiles. It just makes me smile because it's also a passion that I see you guys are willing to take and like improve on each and every day. So that's just how it is.
Yeah. Ever since I was little, I just always loved to draw, and I'm so glad that I can actually, I guess, bring it to another level and I could post it online. And it always makes me smile when I see people say it brightened their day because it's like, I never expected that to happen.
Yeah, but I mean it's true. At least on my end, it's always true. Like because I have like when I mean like brighten my day, I really mean it like like literally and like emotionally because it's like that everybody on Twitter uses the dark theme. Whoever uses light theme, they're a monster. I am sorry. Like if
Spitting.
I feel like Prox uses light mode just to mess around with people because Prox is he's he's his own entity. God bless his soul. I love him. I love Prox.
Same.
Yeah. Uh, Clearly, like obviously.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's true.
It's like what you mean you like what you think that should be like a given, and it's like saying you don't. But I mean, like, who doesn't like Prox? Like, who doesn't? Like, he's just there. He's just
He's just
chilling.
so nice. He's crazy, but he's really nice.
Exactly. Yeah, I love Prox. I love him. Yeah. And I also love how you and Prox share matching profile pictures too. And it's just like, damn it, this is like goals. This is goals right here. But anyway, going back to like the whole Twitter, like going back to like Twitter, like a lot of people use dark mode. So what I mean by literally, it's like when I see like your artwork, like the nice little like cutesy background it has and everything, I'm just like, oh, I love it. It's like, and then I just do the like and I do the retweet, and it's just I love it. I just love your work because and I spoke to Fran about this too last week because he was last week's guest. The even without putting your signature of kawaii cookies or whatever it is, which I do want to ask real quick, like why kawaii cookies?
Okay, so don't make fun of me,
No, no,
but
no, I won't. Depending on the
it's
answer.
been it's been my username since I was like 12 and I just never changed it. And that's really it. I like cookies. The word kawaii means cute, and yeah, that's just how my 12-year-old mind came up with it.
Well, your 12-year-old mind gave you a brand name. That's because it's just like I've never saw those two words put together, and I'm just like, all right, well, this is Ali. That's it. This is her brand. This is her marketing. This is that. No, but it is. I just love it. But uh, like I said, like I even without putting a signature of your tag, it's just like you can tell that's it's your work. Like, yeah, this is clearly Ali's work. Yeah, like for sure. Like it's just like the way you draw and everything is just perfect. It's just amazing.
Oh my god, that means so much to me. Because, like, lately I've been, like, in a little bit of an art slump. Like, I feel like my art's not that good. So that just made, like, my whole day.
Yeah, no, I really mean by what I say, like when it comes to like compliments. Like I'm the type of person that if I want to give you a compliment, like I mean it. Like it's not like one of those where it's like, yeah, 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 sure, you did good, yay, and it's like they do like the clap. And it's like,
Here's a
no.
little sticker.
Yeah, here's a little participation. No, it's like if I give you a compliment, like I genuinely mean it. I mean that compliment like 120%. Like not even 100%, 120%. And that's just how I am as a person. It's like if I give you a compliment, just take it. Like please, just accept it because you either get it or you don't. And I always like
Mhm.
I just like to give compliments in general. It's like you look good today or like yeah things like that. Yeah,
That's nice.
it really is. It's nice. And but yeah, I didn't know you were a little bit in an art slump. So I'm glad that made you day. I'm really glad that made your day. I really am. But um I do want to say, because yesterday was a very well, at least the yesterday, as in like the day after before this is being recorded, since this is going to be posted on Sunday, as they usually do, like 12 like around 12:30. Um, Nintendo Direct. It's holy crap.
Wow.
I
So
can
many mixed reviews.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe my eyes that we've had a direct like that, and it's been like almost a year. I'm still a little. I'm not pissed, but I kind of wish they gave more love to Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3, especially Bayonetta 3,
Yeah.
especially Bayonetta 3. I mean, come on, like we haven't heard.
It's been so long.
You don't understand, like
Didn't the creator say to stop asking about it for a while?
what Kamiya stated, and also End Card, by the way, because I did do a video on that. Gotta self promote as usual when it comes to these podcasts. End card, the card is gonna pop up after I finish the sentence as usual. What Kamiya said in regards to forgetting about Bayonetta 3, Kamiya's a troll. He just likes messing with people, so he most likely meant it like, stop asking me for it. It's gonna happen. When it happens, like you'll appreciate what it is, because
Hmm.
Kamiya and Platinum Games, they don't miss on their they're very consistent with their release dates. When they give you a release date, that's the release date and it's final. Like they don't they make sure to do everything on a consistent basis. But enough about that. Pyra and Mythra.
Uh,
Holy crap. And this is coming from someone who has yet to play Xenoblade, and I am most likely going to play Xenoblade starting March, because it's about time. It's about time I dive into that fan base and see what the fuss is all about, because just seeing that trailer was like, holy crap.
yeah, same. I haven't played it either, but Prox is a huge fan, so I have to eventually. But when we were watching the direct together and we saw that they were in Smash, I was just shook, and Prox is just popping off like,
I feel like a
wow.
lot of people pop up. I haven't seen Fidel pop off, but I've heard that he was in a very destructive manner when
I
that
could imagine.
like yeah, like Fidel must have popped off and when that happened. But it's like I can already see the backlash behind it, where it's like, oh, it's another sword fighter. Why? This isn't all about swords, Sakurai. I'm like, shut
Oh
up.
god, I've seen so many of those already.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And
Jesus.
I'm like, nah, shut up. Just please stop talking. You have no idea what you're saying. And at the end of the day, neither does the Nintendo. Like they don't care what you have to say about Smash and like not being sword fighters and things like that. And it's like, you know, it's about time Mythra and Pyra showed up in Smash, because I'm surprised they weren't even in the original roster to begin with. you know.
Same. Like they seem like they'd be a base character.
Exactly, and I'm not saying that they're a waste of a slot because of this. I'm just saying like they deserve 100%. They deserve to be in Smash, like guaranteed. Like I am so happy for every single Xenoblade fan for them to have Mythra and Pyra. Poor Rex, he got transformed into friggin' me costume, but it's the sacrifice. It's the sacrifice one's willing to pay to
Yep.
for Mythra and Pyra, and it's like why complain about the fact that Nintendo is actually giving more or less what the people want if you think about it. Like let's be honest about what the first fighter pass was compared to this current fighter pass. Nintendo is sort of like saying like, okay, a lot of people wanted this character. A lot of people are saying like, for example, like remember before Steve was actually announced, like people were like, "Yo, we want Steve in Smash. We want Steve in Smash," and things like that. And we're like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen." And then it happened.
Mhm.
Like at this point, this fighter pass is just like Nintendo's way of showing one big finger at us and saying like, "No, like we choose the characters, but we also hear what you guys have to say." So by saying like, "Oh, there's no way Mythra and Pure are gonna be in Smash," Nintendo was like, "You sure about that?" And then boom.
Mhm. It's also deconfirming all of those like fan rules about who can and can't get into
Exactly,
Smash.
exactly. That's what I love about it too. Like it. I did an earlier video about like how Mythra and Pyra being in Smash is actually one of the best things to happen in Smash. Period, because it officially deconfirms the whole spirit thing. Like, yeah, there was a min for that, but the fact that we have three fighters that deconfirm spirits is like, okay, yeah, there's no point of having that argument about spirits. Oh, like it's nail in the coffin. That's it. Like, you know, you can have Shantae in Smash now. You can have anybody that's a spirit in the Smash roster now. That's guaranteed. Another thing
Mhm.
also is that we can have doubles of the same publisher. So in
Yeah.
this fighter pass, we had Min Min and Mythra and Pyra, which are from Nintendo. So we have two Nintendo reps in the same in the same fighter pass. Who's to say
Mhm.
that the next one we could have another Microsoft, representative or another Square Enix representative for those that want Sora or 2B in Smash. And that's also another thing. Mythra and Pyra being in Smash can also confirm the fact that we could have 2B from Nier Automata in Smash. Guaranteed. This is the final proof out of everything, aside from Bayonetta, of course. But it just shows that the possibilities are endless this time. And whatever list you make, there's just no point. What like who's to say what we could have Master Chief Fighter Pass number 10.
Mhm.
Like
Literally anything's possible at this point.
exactly. Like that's what I love about this fighter pass. It's like they subverted our expectations to the point where it's like, damn, anything goes. Like screw it, anything goes. Whatever. All right, I'm here for the ride. I'm here to pay my $5. I already paid. I already paid my $20 for whoever's gonna be in the fighter pass. Like, all right, I'm all in. It's like that type of thing.
Mhm.
It's a fun gamble.
It is.
It really is. But aside from that, there were a bunch of other things that I sort of was okay with in the direct, and that was okay. First of all, let's talk about Project Triangle Strategy, whatever that's called. I whoever the people that are involved with that game, please, if you come up with a good title, like really, like
What do you mean? That's the best title ever.
Okay, Ali, for a fact that these are the same people that did Octopath Traveler, and they said that Octopath Traveler was going to be a working title. This is the title for the rest of the
That is so
like that
sad.
triangle. It's like, hey Billy, yeah, Dad, you excited for that Triangle Strategy game? I'm sorry, what? The Triangle Strategy game. It's like, damn, they really.
They really wanted to be blunt about what the game's about.
It's like, yo, Triangle Strategy. it's technically Square Enix's way of saying, "Oh, we have three houses." Am
I
I
was
not wrong to
thinking
say that?
that.
Yeah, that's literally what crossed into my head. I'm like, is this three houses? Oh no, it's not. It's Square Enix. Wait, hold up. It's
The Square Enix brand of three houses.
yeah. People are gonna be somehow in the context of everything. You're gonna be like, is this a Persona 5 reference? It's like, God damn it. We had that enough with Neo World Ends with You. Enough of all this. Enough with it.
God. Persona invented Shibuya.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that. That's like saying Persona 5 invented Durara.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No man. I no, but that's another thing about this year. This year also Skyward so out of all Zelda games to be ported, why couldn't they have done Wind Waker first since it was the first Wii U HD remastered? Why couldn't they have done Wind Waker? But no, they were like, oh, we'll just give the worst one of the 3D Zeldas. We'll just port that one.
Oh no. For full price too.
I know, for $60, no. Ports they have to be at least $40.
I agree. Like unless they add something really like new and substantial to it, I feel like it shouldn't be full price.
Right, like 3D World, that should be full price because you basically have an expansion pass to it with Bowser Fury. That is 100% worth the $60. But having an HD Switch port of Skyward Sword, which is one of the worst Zelda one of the worst of the 3D Zeldas, it's like, what are you doing? No, why $60 for a game that, and what's worse is that it's $10 more than its initial price. It's like, are you kidding me? Why am I willing to spend $10 more for a game that was already $50 when it was initially released?
That is so unfortunate.
It's like, come on, like, damn, it sucks, but it is
And
what
the
it
worst
is.
part is it won't really go on sale either. Like at most maybe 10%.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Nintendo does what Nintendo don't. That's my new motto with them. That's my new motto. It is what it is. What it is. Look. I said look. I'll forgive Nintendo when they show us Bayonetta 3. Then I'll be like, okay, you know what, Nintendo, I've said too many harsh things about you, but until then,
I stand with Nintendo.
no. Don't take this out of context. Don't take this. This is gonna be taken out. This is gonna be taken out of context. It's like, damn it, gotta explain myself. No. One thing I am surprised of not hearing about this year is on Square Enix's front. You know, we have Final Fantasy 16. I don't know when that's coming soon. We have Neo: The World Ends with You. We have Bravely Default coming in next week, and a bunch of other Square Enix titles, like as mentioned. What about Kingdom Hearts? What's up with that?
I believe they said in like 2022 is when we'll get more Kingdom Hearts news.
Really? They're gonna take a year sabbatical of no Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, they're like, here's Melody of Memories. That should keep you occupied for a year.
How was Melody of Memories?
I really like rhythm games. Like I play Project Diva and stuff like that. So I personally really liked Melody of Memories, but I understand why it might not be other people's cup of tea and why they might not bleh, and why they might not want to pay full price for it, because that's fair, because it's
Yeah,
really just a rhythm game with lore at the end.
yeah, that's what bothers me about Kingdom Hearts sometimes is that the most unconventional of games somehow have the deepest of lores, and you can't deny that's true.
It is true, 100%.
And that's
if you
what
skip just one game, you'll be so confused.
exactly that's what bothers me the most about Kingdom Hearts because I love the series to death. I'm surprised I haven't done a video on it yet. Hopefully soon, but or even a marathon for that matter. But point is, like, I love the game. I love the premise. I love the crossover, things like that. But I mean, like, Nomura, please be consistent in the writing and things like that. Like, there are so many things that you have to, like, friggin' dive deep into the bedrock just to find one small, like, detail. And that's what bothers me about
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts, where it's like everything matters. Even playing a mobile game matters to the plot. And I'm
It
like,
does.
are you kidding me? Why can't like just make side games side games? That's it. You know, like Melody of Memory, I would have loved to have bought it with simply because it's like, oh, it's a rhythm game. You know, I've never played a rhythm game before. Much like I haven't even played the dancing games of Persona yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I'd be down to do it, but the fact that I have to play this game because it has lore that I have to somehow play for Kingdom Hearts 3.15 chapter prologue epilogue for 2023 or 25, it bothers me, and it really does. It's like, why can't I just play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and 3 and call it a day? Why do I have to play all the other ones just so I can learn that, uh, Riku has a replica or whatever? It's like, something like that.
Yeah. The At least like nowadays, there's the all-in-one collection. Before that came out, you had to buy every individual console the games were on. So you needed the PS2 or the Game Boy Advance. You needed the DS. You needed the 3DS. And it's like it was just so many games spread across so many different consoles until they just put them all in one disc.
Right, right, and that's also another thing that bothers me is that's the inconsistency that it has, and it just like, why couldn't you just released Chain of Memories on the PlayStation 2 like you did, like what, 4 years later, not even 5 years later? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
why did you put a sequel to it, to the first game, on the GBA, and then people somehow they're gonna play the game thinking it's its own standalone game, and then somehow there's plot of the previous game that people are like, huh? What is this? What's going on? Who is this? Why is Pluto here? Who's this? It's like, it's just so much ambiguity, and it's like, oh, now I have to play this. It's like, that's another thing that bothers me about Kingdom Hearts. It's like the I have to play this mentality. It's like, no, no, why?
Yeah, that's fair. My biggest quip with Chain of Memories is because like the story's interesting, with Naminé and her memory meddling, but my biggest quip with it is really the cards because it worked on the Game Boy, but it didn't really translate as well on PlayStation. So by the time you get to Riku's campaign, it's just tiring. I don't want to deal with cards anymore.
I think if I remember, because I was watching a review video. I was watching Some Call Me Johnny. Freaking love that guy. He was doing Kingdom Hearts Marathon at the time, and then he was talking about like how easily broken Chain of Memories actually is when you get down to the card system, regardless of it's
Hmm.
the GBA or the PlayStation version. And it's like, after looking at that review, it's like, okay, it makes sense. So you could get some of the strongest magic and like skills straight off the beginning of the game, because of like how easily like broken you can basically cheat the system on Chain of Memories.
Hmm.
And that's what, like, but the fact that I had to play a card game just so I could found out, just so I could learn that Sora had to sleep for a year in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's like, it just bothers me. It's like, ah, but whatever. Point. They're still good games. Like, I still love
Yeah,
the games. Like, my favorite of
my
all,
all-time favorite series, honestly.
mine is I would like, it's in the top five for me, Kingdom Hearts. But my all time is, it's forever gonna be Pokemon. I will forever love that.
Yeah.
Even, and many people are like, huh? What? He's not saying Bayonetta? What is this? And I'm like, dude, like, yeah, sure, I branded myself. Yeah, I'm the son of Bayonetta. Okay, yeah, but it's like, I love Pokemon. I freaking love Pokemon. That's just what
Just classic fun right there.
exactly. I just love it. I'm excited what they have in store. I'm actually pretty excited for that Pokemon Unite game that's coming out, whenever that's coming out. Because
Hmm.
it's another Pokemon game I get to put on my phone, aside with Pokemon Masters, and Pokemon Cafe, and then ROM hacks on a GBA emulator. I shouldn't have said
Mm-hmm.
that out loud. I'm just gonna bleep that just to forget about
Uh,
that. Uh,
Whoops.
uh, wait, no, Nintendo, don't I? Because
Uh-oh.
of the whole emulation problem. No, but they're ROM hacks. They're technically fan made games, so it's like, haha,
Mm-hmm.
jokes on you. But no, yeah. Anyway, going back to Kingdom Hearts, though, my favorite of all of them is when it comes to gameplay. I love obviously Kingdom Hearts 2. I love the
Mm-hmm.
combat. I love the feel of that game. I love everything about that. But my favorite has to be Dream Drop Distance. But
Really?
yes, Dream Drop Distance, and the reason why I say Dream Drop Distance is I'll just say 3D. Um, is because of the open world that it brings to each world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I loved about it, and what I was so happy to see with Kingdom Hearts 3, because Kingdom Hearts 3 was the culmination of everything from the battle system to 2, Birth by Sleep, with the shot lock commands, to the open world esque vibes of Dream Drop Distance. It had everything you could hope for. Um, I was still a little sad. I was still a little like shocked to see that there were NPCs in Kingdom Hearts 3, but why weren't there any side quests? Like, and also the Final Fantasy characters too, like they were just gone until the Remind DLC showed up.
That is true. They definitely could have had side quests with all like the NPCs because one thing I really like about 3 is how alive the worlds feel. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
just feel like, it's just a plot of land and no one else is there. Like it actually feels like there's people living there. And that's what I really like about 3, but you don't really interact with them other than,
Yeah, they're just
the
there
story.
chilling and whatnot. It bothered me because it's like we finally have NPCs. We finally have like a vibrant and alive atmosphere, except for Toy Story World, which is my favorite one. I love Toy Story. I love
Same.
that world. I love like I remember. Oh God, I remember I teared up when they started playing when they started playing the world theme for it, and I'm like, my childhood.
The nostalgia hits
The
so
nostalgia
hard.
hits. It's like, I was so happy. I was so excited, and it was just cool to see. Like, it was. I love like the amount of like love and dedication they put to Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. But I wish they put a little bit more, especially since they did delay it for a couple of months for 2019, back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like side quests would have really helped a lot, and but I'm not saying that Kingdom Hearts 3 was a bad game. Far from it. It was a really good game, but it did had some mixed reception here and there. But now with the Remind, which I should get now that I think about it. I haven't gotten the Remind DLC yet. Um, it's for sure worthy of a 9 out of 10 with the
I definitely agree. Like I before Remind came out, I loved the game to pieces, but Remind really like solidified it. Like it just made the game so much better with everything it added.
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. Even like the music, the soundtrack, the combat, reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts 2. It was all you could ask for, honestly. Like even with the mixed reception it had, Kingdom Hearts 3 was all you could ask for. It had everything. It had everything you wanted.
Mhm.
Like that's what made it amazing. And the graphics for it too was just, oh, I
Beautiful.
love it. I absolutely love it. It's definitely. At first, I was like, back when they showed. I remember watching the old trailers back in 2013 when it was originally announced, and it's like it looks so weird. Like, what is this
Yeah, it was
graphic?
so awkward. Sora kind of looked like he was made out of Play-Doh.
Right, exactly, and it just felt weird. But then over time, when they switched, because originally they switched from the Luminous engine, which is the same engine they used for Final Fantasy 15. Um,
Mhm.
they changed it to Unreal Engine, and many people were complaining because they were like, "You're not gonna use an engine that you developed," because Luminous Engine was the engine they developed for Final Fantasy games, and for Square Enix titles in general. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so for them not to use an engine they built for a Square Enix property, they were like, what the hell is going on here? But then over time, when we saw like the way they were developing the characters and things like that, it's like, yeah, I'm all for Unreal Engine. Like, damn, like it looked incredible, and they did the same thing with Final Fantasy VII remakes. Final Fantasy VII remake, I think, originally had a Luminous engine, and then they changed it and revamped it to the Unreal Engine, and look at it, like look how beautiful it is compared to when they showed it in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're learning, but I think they are also learning about utilizing their man-made engine as well, because the Luminous engine is still being used for Final Fantasy 16. But if you compare Final Fantasy 16 Final Fantasy 15, they're two completely different monsters.
Yeah.
Like that's just a fact there. And like Final Fantasy 16 is basically Devil May Cry Final Fantasy. Like that's also another thing. It looks to feel more action based rather than RPG based by what we got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. It's just it just feels like another shift in the already as 15 plus games that they've established as their franchise.
Yeah, it has like it definitely has like a different feel to it.
Right, yeah. And I think this is why a lot of people prefer Dragon Quest too, because Dragon Quest has been consistent in all of their games. Like it's a turn-based RPG. That's it. Point A to point B, side quests and things like that. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy is more of like the first 10 the first 10 games were turn-based RPGs. 11 was an MMO, was their first attempt to an MMO. And then 12, 13, 12 to 15 was sort of like playing with the action RPG elements before 15 was like fully action RPG. And then like 16, I feel like they're also diving into a more Devil May Cry action arcade style combat, which I'm not complaining. It just feels weird, but here's
They're
some more
they're
of that.
definitely experimenting with the series, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's why many people are skeptical about what's gonna happen with Final Fantasy moving forward. But it's like at the end of the day, Final Fantasy has been consistent in their story and their themes and things like that, and that's what I love about them the most. They're
Mm-hmm.
consistent with what they want and what they want. They're willing to get to the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope with Kingdom Hearts it's the same thing. I hope so, with it moving
Me
forward.
too, because it's like I've been playing this since I was like 5 years old, and it's crazy that I'm old and it's still going on.
I mean,
So,
you're not older than you're like the same age as me more or less. No, you're like a year older than me, right? Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, because I'm 20. You're 20. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You're older than me. Height wise, you're not. Ha! Ha! Gotta expose. Gotta expose you right there. Nah, nah. But who cares about height? Like you got procs, so man.
This is true.
I just remember like you guys went to the Nintendo shop. I don't know what it's called, but
Nintendo NYC.
yeah, I really want to go there so badly. I really, really do. I want to go there and then the Pokemon Center in London, that I hope they still have.
Ooh.
I really want. I can't wait to travel again when everything's like not crap again.
Me too. I really miss like going to conventions and just hanging out and doing stuff. Like
Yeah,
I just miss it all.
I miss going to campus because last year I started campus, I started university, and then like March time it's like, oh no, we gotta go to computers. I'm like, damn it, this is my
Ah,
first year
that's
of
so
uni.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but I did save a lot in refunds and things like that, so at least stonks to a degree, but
Yeah.
No, it's I can't wait to do all that stuff. Hopefully, as time goes on, as like communities are building and things like that, because I love I just can't wait to go on my first convention, both as like a person attending it and then like a person who might have an event. Like that's what I'm excited for the most. As like I
Mm-hmm.
continue doing like this type of content and things like that. Like have my own little booth and just have fun. Like that's the dream. Like I'm excited for that.
That sounds really nice. That sounds super fun.
Yeah, like I would love. One of my biggest things is to like one day have like all the people that I met, like you guys, like if we ever like meet up at a convention, just like hang out and stuff. Like I am dying to see that day. I
Same,
cannot
honestly.
wait.
I have always wanted to go to a convention with like a group of like friends and we all just have fun together.
Yeah, and
That's
like
always been my dream.
yeah, same. It's like if I actually get to see Lizzie and Callan in real life, I could actually say like, what the fuck, Callan? Like in their face. It's like, well, god damn it! Like Lizzie, really? Why? Why now? It's like that type of stuff. Like I'm so excited for them. By the way, Lizzie, Callan, if you're watching this, I just you guys were the examples that pop into my head because you guys are bad shit crazy. Just gonna be honest, but in a good way because that's what defines who you are. Like I'm proud of that. Like honestly, I'm 100% proud of that because one of my biggest things with like social media and the internet and things like that is like we tend to hide a part of we tend to hide all oh no we tend to hide a part if not all of who we are, and that's not like that's not like the type of person that I like to be. So I always try to be like straightforward and like what you see on Twitter is who you see in real life, like as we're talking and things like that. Like that's just how I am as a person, like, and that's what I want like other people to like, to realize and do as well.
Yeah, same here. Like, it's, I don't know. It's just kind of funny because I always feel like, the more real you are, the better your experience will be online rather than, trying to pretend to be someone else. Because I don't know. I just feel like pretending it just doesn't work out if that makes sense. It's
Nah,
just better to be you.
no, it really doesn't. It doesn't, and it does a lot to your mental health too, because you get like imposter syndrome and things like that. It's like it's a really really taste of bad medicine, and that's why I like people like like for like you, Progs, Fidel, Fran, like all those guys, like, and some of like my own crew from my own community. Like I just love how real you guys are, and like how like you're willing to like just be yourselves and not let anything like push you down, and
Hmm.
especially in Fidel's case, because like Fidel was, well, he is an inspiring force behind me wanting to make content, or at least just me wanting to be more hyped up and positive, each and every day. Aside from like my own, like culture and religion, because that's also another part of the reason why I'm always like, you've seen it, like you've seen my tweets, like I'm rarely negative on Twitter,
Hmm.
and like when I need to be negative, like I still say it with like a positive tone in mind. Like
Hmm.
you've seen that with me counting like time and time again, and that's just how I am as a person. It's like, I look at things from a very optimistic perspective, and if I need to be real with you, then I need to be real, because it's like I can't always be too blind. I just can't be blindly optimistic and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
And honestly, that's a really good trait to have, especially nowadays, because I feel like nowadays more people are getting like more negative, and they always see, the dark side of things before the bright. So it's always good to have people who can see the light side of things and can always lift people's moods because especially in these rough times, like people are just really sad nowadays,
yeah,
and it's always nice to have a someone who can boost your mood and all that.
yeah, and I think that's like one of the main. That's like one of the driving factors as to why I wanted to do content on YouTube, because it's like people need something positive, and they need to see like something that makes them smile or chuckle and things like that. So seeing someone they've never seen before, and someone that's really pushing stuff out there each and every week, it's like I like to do it. Like I like making content because I like making people smile, at least, and that's why I like saying each and every in almost all of my videos, at every single time I finish them, I say like I hope to see you all in the next one. I hope you guys keep smiling, you know, keep being positive and things like that. Like I love saying that at the end of my videos because it's true. Like it, I don't care if I don't, you know, blow up or whatever, be like a famous YouTuber, things like that. Like what matters to me is that, you know, you had a good time with whatever video you saw, you know, and you just had fun with it. And you know, like even if I don't or do see it, you know, that's just having that idea in mind each and every time I make something, you know, it's like it's what keeps me going. It's like, you know, someone out there smiling at my content, or they're just smiling at the prospect of, you know, I'm here to cheer them up, and you know that just, you know, makes it just makes me keep going.
It's honestly, at least in my opinion, I always feel like that's the best reason to create content, you know, to do it because it's something you love and also because you want to make other people smile. Because, of course, there's cotton content creators who create content for the sake of fame. Like, they create it with, you know, wanting to be famous in mind or wanting to get rich off it. And it's like, that's okay. I can see why they would want that, but I just feel like in the long run, if you do it purely because you love doing it without, you know, trying to get clout or whatever, it just feels more, I guess, alive, if that makes sense. Like there's just more heart in it
Yeah,
because it's just doing it because it's something you love and you just love to make people smile rather than do it because you're trying to get clout.
I don't like clout. I don't like. I don't mind growing. You know, getting more people to follow me, getting more people to subscribe. But I don't like the idea of clout because it's just, why bother trying to strive for, I don't know, like
Funny internet points.
like exactly, or just like a validation to be liked. It's like, no, if you don't like me, that's fine. Like just, there's plenty of other people you can watch, there's plenty of other people you can enjoy, things like that. Like I'm not gonna force myself to be like, you gotta like me and that's it, you know, come here boy, like that kind of stuff. Like no, if you don't like
hmm
my stuff, I'm not gonna chase you down, I'm not gonna block you or whatever. It's like, oh, you don't like me, it's whatever, move on, it is what it is.
That's the best way to go about it, honestly, because it's just really awkward chasing after someone who doesn't like you because it's just going to end poorly for everyone involved. It's just so awkward.
Right, yeah, and then it's like the whole like, it's just, it's just pointless. It's just pointless. There's no point trying to do that and get validation rights. It's like, just keep doing what you got to do and that's it, you know? Like people will like you for you, and you know, just not for the stuff that you make. It's okay for them to like the stuff that you make too, but as long as you put like the time and effort and dedication and the passion for it, then that's even better. But
Mhm.
yeah. Eh, but in any case, it's like, you know, I'm down. I'm down to make 3 videos a week or whatever because it's just fun. Plus, I got nothing else to do anyway, so it's like, I'm
Yeah.
down. Like I'm down for this.
Nowadays, yeah, nowadays there's not that much to do these days. So, might as well use this time to really pick up on your hobbies and do what you've always wanted to do but never had the time to. It's the perfect time to start all that.
Exactly, and also kill your wallet by buying Nintendo stuff and PS5s. I still haven't gotten a PS5. I'm still waiting for the chance that Prox leaves his house so I can just like just take it. Just be like,
Good
mine.
luck finding it.
Yeah, go. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Prox. I would do it to Fran though. Fran, 100%. Not even. I would just like, one day I would like knock on his door. Somehow I make it to Canada. Somehow I cross that border, and then it's just knocking on his door, and then he's just about to open it. And then I just like kick it, and I'm just like, I'm here, fucker. Where's my PS5? And I just like take it and grab from it, and then it's just like confused.
He'll never see it coming.
Is that a Persona 5 reference? Oh no.
No.
No. It's so funny about Persona 5 because that's what made me go back to, the reason why you and I are doing a podcast right now is because of Persona 5. I've just come to that realization. Like if I hadn't just decided to look at the funny thing as to why I showed up on Twitter and all of you guys' lives, which I hope is a good thing. Or, but you guys are probably thinking like, damn it, why is Emmanuel here?
No.
It's like, but the reason why I'm basically like started all of this is because like I remember playing Persona 5, and then I also remembered transferring high schools at the time. So I was legit gonna be a Persona protagonist, going into a different school, you meeting new friends and things like that. So it's like, to kind of like lift my spirits up a bit, I was like, why not play a little bit of Persona 5 again? So I started playing Persona 5 again, and then I remember for some reason I had a Pinterest account. No, I had a Tumblr account because I really enjoyed looking at art, and I remember looking at like this one particular person that did Persona 5 art, and then I really enjoyed their stuff, and then I saw their Twitter, and then I'm like, then the more the snowball effect occurred, I just started meeting people on Twitter. I started doing fan fiction for Persona 5, and over time, I just kept being more and more of myself to where we are today. So it's like I gotta give credit where credit's due. Like Persona 5 is what started all of this. It's like I'm really glad. I'm really glad. Still, like the fandom is interesting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say for them. It's like I was there at some point, but now I'm not, and I'm looking at it from afar, and it's like, good luck, you guys. Good luck.
yeah, same. Like I feel like that's in general that's just the kind of fandom you'd rather watch from afar than be directly in it
Yeah,
because you just never know what's gonna happen.
yeah, that's true. It's like it's very volatile. Like any minute time, the Molotov cocktail is gonna be thrown.
Mm-hmm.
No, but yeah. So going back to what I said, like my top five. So I did mention Bayonetta and then Pokemon. Kingdom Hearts is also up there. So it's like, okay, so five for me is Kingdom Hearts, then it's Nier, four, then three is Sonic, and then Bayonetta, and then Pokemon. Top 10 is a lot more interesting because it's like a bunch of Capcom, like Mega Man, Mega Man X, Devil May Cry is up there. It's like it's all jumbled up in the top 10, but
Mm-hmm.
I just love playing games, and that's what makes me excited for Xenoblade as well. As I also stated, going back to the whole direct thing, uh, I'm just very excited to see what Xenoblade's all about, because aside from the waifus and their milkers, I had to say that. I had to say that. It just popped into my mind. I'm like, I gotta say it out loud. I've said it too much on Twitter that it's just like, yo, when them milkers. It is the Chinese Year of the Ox, so you know it makes sense, I guess. I don't know. Point is, I can't wait to see what the fuss is all about Mythra and Pyra, other than the fan art and the other fan art, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm genuinely excited for that. But I know for sure I'm not playing in English. I'm definitely not playing in English.
Oh. Oh no. I the voice acting is
I
not my
cannot.
favorite.
I've heard clips of the voice acting, and my mind went to Resident Evil 2. I'm like, how can you go back to that levels of bad voice acting? Not I'm not saying that the voice actors are bad, but the direction for it, it's like, nope. I'm definitely playing the Japanese dub. Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
That is a fact right there and there. But
It's
I'm excited. I'm excited either way, like to see what kind of an RPG game it is, like the music, because I did hear Yoko Shinomura is also involved for that, just like she was for Kingdom Hearts. So I'm
hmm.
excited to hear that. Did you know that she also did Mario and Luigi? She did the
Yes,
music of
I
that.
did.
Yeah, I did not know that until I decided to go back and revisit Partners in Time, and I remember watching. I remember listening in on the playlists they have on YouTube, and I'm like, she did this. She's been in my childhood for this long. Like, damn. So I'm
She's
glad that
such a good composer. I love all of her music.
she's an art form. There's no point. Like, she's not music. She's an art form. If you want to classify music, you either it's like classical music or Yoko Shinomura. Like that's just
Mm-hmm.
which one you really like. That's just what it is. But I love her work. I really do. It's like when it comes to music, and this is someone that loves the Nier soundtracks. Like Nier, they do a really good job tying in the atmosphere and giving you the music, especially with like the whole like chaos language as they call it, because like the vocals,
Mm-hmm.
it's just jumbled up languages all fit all it's just a bunch of like different languages formed into one bigger weird interesting language that's like completely man-made. And the reason why they wanted to do that, Yoko Taro wanted that to be a part of the games, was because he didn't want lyrics to sort of disrupt the ambience that the game was presenting. Like, he wanted lyrics for the music, but he wanted it in a way that would make you be more like immersed and be more involved with the game as is,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. Like, learning about that, it's like that's amazing. Like, I love it. But comparing it to
It
Kingdom
is.
Hearts, I love the like how dramatic it could get when it comes to Kingdom Hearts music. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
love about them. It's like if you want a good boss fight, if you want a good like final epic moment, like Kingdom Hearts got you. Like, they got you for the music there. Like, oh, it's amazing.
She always delivers. I actually got to see her perform live once for the Kingdom Hearts
Lucky.
Orchestra.
Oh, that's so lucky. I always wanted to go to the orchestra. Always.
They're amazing. The only thing that I'm bitter about with the orchestra is they never have enough of the conductor keyblades.
Oh,
So
you get like a
I
conduct.
went I went 2 times and both times I wasn't able to get it.
Oh, that sucks. Hopefully the third time you will. Third time's the charm, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I I want to go to the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra, but I also want to go to the near ones too, because I those go hard. Those also go hard, and
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait. I just can't wait. Damn it! Like, just thinking about it, it's just amazing. I'm excited. Like I said, like I'm excited for the remake, for Near Replicant remake coming soon. I'm excited for whatever happens. I am a little bit disappointed about Balan Wonderworld though. I was really excited for that one, but playing the demo, they gotta delay that game. They really do.
Oof.
They
Yeah.
have to. They can't. March is around the corner. You can't. You gotta delay it. No, the game had very poor reception. For the same
It's
jump is literally every button. Every button is the jump button. It's like, what? What is this
like
platforming?
I get it. It's meant to be simplified, but it doesn't have to be that simplified.
Even Dora can do better.
Yeah.
Freaking Dora. And what bothers no, but what bothers me the most about it is that these are the same people that gave us Knights, that gave us Sonic. And it's like, are you kidding me? This is what you're giving
What went
us?
wrong?
Exactly, but whatever. I'm just gonna block that out of my head, just like forget about it. I know I'm just like, alright, Persona 5 Strikers is next week, or is it this week? I think it's this week. We have Bravely Default second next week. Then in March, let's forget about March. Then we have like Resident Evil with another big mommy milker. And and that's just that's how we're going. But I am excited. Hopefully, what E3 is gonna show digitally, because they're now gonna start doing directs of their own. So I
Mhm.
wonder I wonder how that's gonna be played out. I do want, like I said, my Bayonetta 3. I really want that. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But it is what it is.
Mhm.
So, you know, anything goes. Like, that's this year of gaming is very interesting compared to last year's, where it's like there could be a lot of curveballs coming at your way when it comes to games being delivered or being announced. And we saw that with the direct. Like, like those games that they threw at us, like a Mario Golf game. And people are excited for that. It's like,
I'm one of those people. I'm such a Mario fangirl. Anything Mario related, I'm like, yep, I'll get it.
yeah, you're also like the personification of Peach because you do an amazing Peach voice. Like I've never heard anybody else do a good do a Peach voice other than you. It's like if I think of Peach, I'm like that's Allie. Much like how Prox is apparently Bowser. It's like well fuck okay. All right, well that okay.
All I gotta say is, Bowser and Wario got the drip in the golf game.
They really got drip. Luigi got good drip though. I mean he
That's
ball.
true.
He's also balling too. He's been balling.
Man, I'm excited for it. It actually looks really fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down. I do want like a Mario Strikers. I want it. I want that, or maybe like an expansion pass for Super Mario Party. I'm surprised.
Hmm.
Yeah, like an
They
expansion
should
pass.
have done like DLC for that. Like add more boards or more characters or
Yeah,
more mini games.
yeah, an expansion pass would do wonders for that game. And it'd be amazing. Much like how the expansion passes for Pokemon Sword and Shield really, really helped its reception. Because like
Yeah.
having more Pokemon and then having more side stuff to do, it's like, well, all right, time to spend $90 on a game.
It
But it's fun. It's fun.
is.
Yeah. But like here's hoping, and then Splatoon 3.
Yeah. I was not ready for that.
None of us were. I remember Fidel tweeted. It's like when they were showing Splatoon 3. It's like, is this Sonic Boom? And it's like I can't unsee it now. It's like, huh. I can see. No wonder why it was all familiar. But Splatoon 3, because I've never played any of the Splatoons, so this could be the first game for me to also, try that series out. Because I've mostly seen Splatoon as like a competitive type of game, like a multiplayer style of game with like, but
Yeah.
Splatoon 3 actually looks like a game where like you travel and like it actually has like its own story or stuff like that. So I'm actually excited for that to play that game.
I might honestly try it out too because I've never played Splatoon either because I'm not really into the whole competitive thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll try new things and get Splatoon 3 when it comes out.
Yeah, me too. I do feel bad for the Zelda fans again, like no Breath of the Wild news. Actually, no, they shouldn't feel too bad because he did say that there gonna be news coming soon. So, here's
That's
hoping.
true.
Most likely at E3, because E3 is like 3 is in June, so that's enough time for them to say something in regards to that. So, which is pretty cool. Like like that's also another thing I like about our generation of gaming. Our generation of gaming is what I really like because you can get news in like 30 seconds about anything because of how interconnected we are and like online and the internet, things like that. Like imagine waiting for a Zelda news in like 2005 or
Yeah.
it was insane. And I'm like, what's even more is that E3 and direct and stuff like that. That feels something new, like something that started around like 2010. It's like no, that thing started in the early 2000s. E3, and it's like just seeing old footage of that. It's just insane. It's like wow, this was E3 back in the day.
It's crazy how things change.
Yeah. Also, Iwata. I love watching Iwata. I miss him. I miss Iwata.
Same.
He was a goat. It was
Hmm.
he no, he will be internalized as a goat forever. I love it.
It was so sad when he passed.
Yeah, I have one quote that I like. I have it saved on my phone that because because it's like a video that really resonates with me. That I really enjoy. Hearing.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find it, but he's basically saying like, um, damn, I gotta find it. I gotta find it because I don't want to butcher the message you put for it. I think. All right, I have it. Let's see if people can hear it.
About Wii U. I'm here inside Nintendo headquarters in Kyoto in a 7th floor conference room, which, as you can see, is rather plainly furnished. But there is something here which is quite significant. These are the Japanese character for Dokuso. This is a term which has guided Nintendo since the early days of the company when Mr. Hiroshi Yamauchi was president. In English, it means creating something unique.
That's what I love hearing a lot. Like creating something unique. It's like you're right. Like during that time, the Wii U was something that was unique, and that Iwata was really pushing for something unique, and then we got the Switch, and it's like that just keeps me going. Where it's like, always create something unique, always do something that defines who you are as well, and I just love it. I just love that, man.
Same. That's beautiful,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, I love it. Like I was, because I was doing when I was doing research for my second Bayonetta video for the review for that video. There are so many Iwata clips that like the memories just kept flushing, and I'm just like, Iwata, and then Reggie too. It's like, damn it, Reggie.
I miss Reggie.
Yeah, my body is ready. Damn right it is. I man, I'm not complaining about Doug Bowser though. Like I just wish he has more Regginess in him.
Yeah, like I mean, his name's Bowser, so
Exactly. Like you gotta.
I just feel like he can have I feel like he's just really quiet. Like he's not that interactive with people.
Yeah, exactly, and it just feels isolating. Like the era that we have with Nintendo feels so isolating. Like the fact that what they did with Smash Melee, they're not willing to like support the competitive scene. Like the fact that they're not. It doesn't feel like the good old days, like back in the Wii or the Wii U. Like you can say what you want about the Wii U era, but the Wii U era was a good era in the sense that we were part of a Nintendo family, a community. But now it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that way.
It feels a lot more distant and rather more. It doesn't feel as I guess cozy and familial. It's just they just feel like an actual company now rather than something
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
you have that warm fuzzy feeling inside.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't feel like I belong with like in the Nintendo community. Like I don't belong here. Like I belong. It doesn't feel that way anymore. It really doesn't. And Iwata was the driving force behind that, and so was Reggie. And like that era will forever be we will forever be indebted to them because they were the era that told us keep getting the Wii, even though the Wii is not as good in graphics as the PS3 or the Xbox 360 at the time. Keep getting the Wii because we know you love Nintendo, and we know that you love it too. So we're willing to like do the best that we can. And the same is said with the Wii U too. But the Switch now, it just feels like we have to get ports. We have to do this. We have to do that. There needs to be this. There needs to be that. It just doesn't feel as cozy as you said as it once was. But
Yeah.
I'm still optimistic as to what could happen. But
Me too. I feel like the future could be really bright. We just have to wait and see.
yeah,
And
exactly.
also, one thing I really want for the Switch, it's so small, but I just want themes. Also, give me 1 second. Someone's knocking on my door.
It's no problem. In the meantime, for this intermission here, we have that's fine. But yeah, themes are something that definitely needs to be done. 100%. It definitely. I'm surprised they haven't done that. They deserve to be in the thing. And wada. If you've somehow seen this video up to this point, thank you guys so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, you're back. Okay. All right. That's enough of my self promotion. I was just saying, like,
Sorry about that.
no, it's fine. There was a one podcast session where it's like the audio just kept being messed up, so you're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Plus, this is all in real time, so. Yeah, themes. Like, definitely themes. Like, I'm surprised we don't have that. Like, that deserves to be a thing. We deserve to have themes. We deserve to have a lot more, like, customization for the.
At least, like, even if they don't want to give us themes, at least let us have more colors than just black or white.
Exactly, yeah. You know, it just feels so mechanical. I really wish they bring more, like, a personal touch to the Switch and things like that, and give us deals too. You got to give us deals. Just give us deals.
Yeah.
And but again, like, here's hoping what could happen. It's who knows what could happen. But with that in mind, it looks like we're out of time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already been an hour. Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah. As I say with everybody, like, you don't expect it to be an hour until I say the hour has passed. This has happened so many times with people I meet, I bring to the podcast, where it's like, it's been an hour? Yes, it's been an hour. I've said it's been an hour. Yes, it is. But no, I'm glad. I'm glad we took the time, talked about Kingdom Hearts, we talked about Nintendo, Mythra, Pyra, some terms that I just cannot believe I said out loud, but we don't talk about that. We just don't. But yeah. Any last words you want to say before we finish things off?
I hope everyone has a fantastic day. And thank you for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
I'm glad. You're always welcome to come back. You're always welcome. I say this with everybody. You guys are always welcome to, if you always want to pop in, have a nice another conversation. I am 100% down. Because again, I don't have any order structure with this. It's just a conversation with you and with the viewers. Like, that's just what it is. As for me, my ending remarks, as usual, are have fun, be good to others, be good to yourselves as well. It's always important to do things for you that are good, obviously, that are for the benefits of good and health. Make sure you keep improving. Make sure you have fun with the things that you're improving. Don't force yourself on things that you don't want to do. Make sure you do things that you want to do. Keep smiling, keep being optimistic, keep being beautiful, as always. And I hope to see you all in the next one, as always. See you guys soon.